Hey, everybody. I know it's going to look a little different tonight. I'm not streaming from the camper. I actually ended up being fortunate enough to be home today. I say fortunate enough because that's how I'm trying to view the situation, but today's kind of sucked. My work truck broke down and I went in this morning and had to take it into the shop. So I am without a work truck and have to kind of figure that out. But as a result of that, I am not away from home. I get to be home tonight. So I get to use my actual streaming setup that I've used much less frequently than my phone and the camper. Hey, redneck. That's okay. It seems to be a pretty common occurrence with my work truck. I'm not very impressed with that, but making the best of it and hoping to get some prompt poems written tonight. Hope you're having a good evening. Yeah. Yep. Good to see you, Solus. Snafu is correct. But it's kind of cool because I do have a pretty decent streaming setup at home that I don't get to use very often. So it looks a little different, but still doing the same old stuff. So I don't have any of my literature or my old prompts from last stream. I don't remember them. I'd have to look at the index cards, but I do have good news. If we see Cody in chat today or Dewberry, I did send the poem that I wrote about the strokes over to the other channel. You signal sucks. My signal sucks. Hey, Cody, I was just talking about you. My signal sucks. I don't see any dropped frames. Yeah, I'm not sure. Is it maybe the music? I can turn the music off if maybe that's affecting it. There. Maybe that'll help, Solus. But I had a dope prompt and I can't find where I wrote it down. Well, when you remember it or find it, I'll be happy to work on it. I don't know if you caught what I was just talking about, Cody, but I did send the poem 40 seconds to Jerry and I video chat with him briefly. And it sounds like I'm going to be going on his channel and doing a reading of the poem and talking about the emotional similarities in post having a stroke and substance abuse. Sounds like there's a lot of overlap with the lows and even turning to substance abuse to kind of deal with those things. Oh, okay. My sound here. Let me move my microphone. My desk mic is very sensitive, so maybe that'll improve. If I'm too loud, just let me know. Yeah, for real, Cody. I reached out to him and we had a very very nice conversation on Friday, and he really liked the poem and invited me to come and speak on his channel sometime in the next couple of weeks. We're still working out details, and I'm gonna make a nice graphic of that poem for him to use on his pages and sources and stuff. But yeah. Hey DJ, good to see you. Good to see you. Hmm, let's see. We can use moving up in the world. That's a wholesome prompt. I need that today. Today has kind of kicked my ass. Sounds good. IMO. Okay, that's good. That's so badass, John. How does that make you feel? It's very rewarding, man. It's a much more positive result than I ever expected. Really, like his transparency and willingness to just have a conversation with me was very not what I was expecting when reaching out to people on the internet. So yeah, today did suck. Absolutely. But I'm happy that I'm spending some time here with all of you, and I'm going to be doing some writing, and then today won't suck so bad. So there's that. And there are good things about today. Like I get to be home. That's the little bright side. So I'll start this one at 5:35. Let's see. If the music wasn't affecting the signal for you, Solus, I'm gonna turn it back on just for my own audio stimuli. But if it's too much, I can definitely leave it off. It feels weird having my headphones on with nothing playing through them. So if that's too much, just let me know, and I can turn the volume down or what have you. But downloading idea, downloading idea in a child's mind. Okay. Is that a prompt? Oh, that's awesome. That's very cool. Yeah, Jerry seems very willing to just have people talk, and we had a very nice 10-minute conversation. It was very rewarding. I appreciated it a lot. He's a plane pilot. Yeah, he was talking about one of the things that he dealt with after his stroke is losing his pilot's license, and how hard that was for him, like in the moment. I've watched some of his content back, and it's pretty awesome. Like just the whole recovery process, and like turning it into a positive is very admirable. Like I have a lot of respect for the drive and anyone that's gone through it, for real. Solus was downloading an idea into a child's mind. Your prompt idea. I don't want to add it to the list if that's not the case. I can't tell if it's just the engagement words or if it's a prompt word. Okay. Downloading ideas into a child's mind, only hoping to see your preferred display of fireworks in the end. Hey, Rachel. Today is a lot better now. Today, as a whole, has not been very awesome, but we're making the best of it. I'm trying to make the best of tonight and using writing to get the bad day out. Solus is going in hard tonight. Okay. Well, right now, because I'm at my home setup, I can pull these up on screen. So I'm using this as a prompt right now, moving up in the world. So I'll leave that on screen until I'm done with writing it. How about that? I'm using moving up in the world as a prompt. So it's better now that we are here always. Yeah, I appreciate you. I miss you guys over the weekend. It's like that 3 days of no streaming, and I don't know. Did you paint the walls green? No, I have a streaming setup in my office at my house. So when I'm home, I have a green screen behind me. I don't have actually I don't have a rack for it, so I have it clipped to my ceiling fan, and then I have a little piece of broken like window trim over to the wall with a T-square and just a bunch of shit clamped to my ceiling fan to hold my green screen up. I'll take a picture of it after stream, and maybe I'll post it in my Discord or something. It's one of the benefits of getting to be home is I don't have the camper background. I have this actual nonsense to look more professional. I have this amazing picture that I took of the Sundogs. Oh, hang on. Let me get out of the way of it. There. Yeah, it was a very long weekend, Solus. You are right. Yeah, and I'm using a PC. I'm using my home office, so I have a streaming setup and a nice webcam and a desk mic and yeah, the whole real thing. I'm not on my phone. My phone is actually not even in this room. It's out in the kitchen charging. So, because I used to stream, I used to think that I was going to be a all the time streamer, and I play a lot of webcam Magic, so I have a very nice desk camera set up to like look at my desk while I'm playing. And I was trying to find a way to set up a double camera so you could see the notebook with my other camera while I was writing, and then I could talk to you. But I did not have time before I was supposed to go live, so I did not end up getting that done tonight. But I think that would be pretty cool if I had a second camera and have a way to display it. Like if I did something like this and had the notebook take up the majority of the screen, or like something along those lines. I'm not sure. But Alaskan Mechanic, yeah, well, we make it work. The green screen was only like $15, and the rack to hang it was like 90. So no, I'm good. I can make it work. I've got a ceiling fan and some clamps. No, they're not sheepdogs. They're not trained well enough to be considered sheepdogs. I'd be breaking up my push pins. Yeah, I don't have a wall that close behind me, and the gap it's a lot longer run than I want to tack and push it. But that's probably not the worst idea, especially if I had a big enough green screen. I'd probably take a lot of push pins though. I don't know. If you want to see some behind the scenes nonsense of what this looks like, on my channel page, there's a link to join the Discord, and I will post a picture of my streaming setup in there in the I'm proud of this channel. You can see exactly what I'm working with. Oh, I live on Discord practically. Oh, that's awesome. My Discord channel is very small and just getting off the ground. I think there are 5 of us in there right now, including me. So if you want to, are interested in seeing a comically small Discord channel grow from the ground up, the link is on the channel page. I have a nice pack. Yeah, they do all. They do pretty good. They try their best, and that's what counts. What's the name of it? The link said invalid expired invite. Oh no, I thought that was a. That should have been one that never runs out. One second. I'm actually home, so I can fix this. When I'm on my phone, I can't do it, but. The name of it is the Sober Poet Society. And the avatar is just BYG Poetry. I'm really not looking forward to this drumming event. Why not, Solus? Oh, that's awesome. That sounds like a very cool artistic expression. I bet that will come out really neat. 12 other people still need to figure out what they're doing. Oh, are you all kind of doing your own section of the music and it's all supposed to go together? I don't want to play for 4 hours. Yeah, I don't blame you. That sounds like a very long set. It's like a workshop. Oh, okay, very cool. Cody, what are you going to start drawing? Is it just doodling, like this, whatever, wherever the music takes you, or is there a theme to the art? Either way, I really like that idea. Okay, let me move my Discord over here. Okay, there is random drawings. Very cool. There we go. Okay, I need to update the channel one. Apparently, the one I used on the YouTube channel at first was only good for 7 days. Life is so short, just press record. That's awesome. You're too kind. Let's see. Sorry, I need to make sure that I remember to edit this link, so I'm going to leave myself a note for it. It's definitely much easier for me to get distracted from writing when I'm on my computer set up at home because I have all of my stuff is in front of me. Minimize this. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Right. Thank you for letting me know that the invite was expired. I did not even realize that. I'll have to update that after stream. I mean, I think it's fitting that a drummer would be spazzing about it, but I'm not trying to take away from the nervousness. But yeah, I think that you're gonna rock out, Solus. I think it's gonna be awesome, and you're gonna have a great time. think it's very cool. Anxiety and excitement come from the same section of your brain, so I think that you are excited about it, whether it feels like that or not. Metal drummer. Okay, that is going to be time 22:32. Oof, starting off slow. 17 minutes for this one. Any carry. Hey Jill, good to see you. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate on why I'm here, but I get to stream from home tonight. My work truck broke down this morning, so I didn't get to go out of town and trying to make the best of it. So I get to actually use my nice streaming setup. If the music gets to be too much, I can always turn it down or turn it off. I hope that you're having a good night, Joe. Good to see you. I actually just finished the first poem of the stream. So this is Moving Up in the World, a prompt that I stole from a conversation from Cody. I spent 17 minutes on this poem. From the bottom, the peaks loomed. This path was not carved of neat steps, navigating jagged crags, thinking myself doomed. But every hill crested is one of many successful reps. I've hidden under bridges. I've paid the internet's toll. Now climbing life's many ridges, trying my best to choose kindness when meeting a troll. But I've been at that low spot long enough, checked my pack 3 times tonight. I'm going to make my way up, carving a legacy into life's mountainside. Yeah. I use the word life's a lot. I'll have to take that in editing. Eventually. Okay, I need to scroll up and find the soulless prompt now. It wasn't that far up. Oh, I guess it was. You've all been very talkative. Thank you very much. Downloading ideas into a child's mind, only hoping to see your preferred display of fireworks in the end. Gotcha. Oh, how would I summarize that for the top of my notebook page? Let's see. Downloading into a child's mind. I'm an odd cat. Drums and my poem prompts. I am not lost in the ways of most. Just lost in geography and direction. don't know. I'm getting to the point in my life now, Solus, where all of my friends are a little bit odd, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I cooked that all day for you. That's downloading into a child's mind? Okay, alright, alright. I do like the ability to don't don't raise a bunch of dicks. I don't plan on raising any, so I will not let you down. Hey, Stony. Oh, I'm sorry that your phone broke. Hmm. I do not like normal people. Yeah, I don't know. I think everybody gets their own chance. Won't make any base judgments. Well, Stony, I hope you've been having a good time. I know we haven't been talking. Hope that your phone is your phone fixable? Did it get wet? Did the battery crap out on it? Hopefully there's something in the works to get you a new one. Hey, thanks. It's actually a photo that I took. I took this picture a couple of winters ago, and when I moved my fat noggin out of the way, oh, I can't do it that way. You can see the sun. Yeah, it's, sun dogs is what we call those. Okay, I'm going to start this. Downloading into a child's mind, wanting fireworks. I'll start this one at 2740. Uh, so actually, everyone that was posting pictures of the aurora that they could see in the lower 48, I still had blue sky up here. I had sky that we couldn't even see stars. Like it was still sunny in my backyard when that stuff was happening. Like I would not have known there was any kind of a magnetic solar storm or any kind of an aurora unless the internet existed because it looked like a normal like summer afternoon for us and it wasn't even really that bright. Yeah, we were working on one of my dumb prompts. I like your prompts a lot, Solus. Like I don't think that your prompts are dumb. There have been some silly ones, but I don't think that they're dumb. They make me really think about how I'm gonna write. So oh man. I'm glad that he called and told you to go look, and it sounded like it was pretty neat from what I've seen and people took pictures of. All winter up here, I need to start being better about those. I've grown up around the aurora and still find myself in awe of them, but I don't take pictures of them very often. Sorry, my dog is having an absolute meltdown. There's people moving. I do ruminate to have you work a little, to be honest. Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, it helps me. I enjoy those kind of like creative prompts, like this one. Downloading into a child's mind. That's I can work with that. It's you've added this extra thing, hoping to see your preferred display of fireworks at the end, and I'm halfway through my first stanza, but I'm still planning how I want that to tie in. So trying to do it all on the fly, but also engage and talk and I don't know. I don't think I'm very entertaining, but at least be kind of relaxed and calm down. I was in a very shit mood when I first got home. I got home a little bit after 4, it's like an hour and a half ago. 3 days off, I'm coming up with something. Well, I'm glad. That's perfect. I was missing some context there. I went up and now I'm reading about milking toads and smoking toads venom. Okay. All right, I'm back now. Sorry. Give me just a second. Sorry, my dogs were barking and I wanted to see what was going on. Let's see. Did you read in your short How to Get That Coffee in the Pot? I have not had a chance to read my comments and stuff over the last couple of days. I've had time. I have neglected it on Sunday, and then I just haven't had time today to go back. 99 days sober today. That's awesome, Irene. I am so proud of you. 24 hours to triple digits. That's awesome. That's a huge milestone. I was very big. I was very fortunate when I hit 100 days. My partner did a very big deal for me, and I appreciated it immensely. It's weird not drinking at holidays. Yeah. Yeah, it is. This last Christmas was my first one sober in 10 years. It's kind of awesome. It's a lot of emotions attached to it. listening to my favorite songs to talk about drinking whiskey. I didn't realize how much music I listened to referenced or talked in an endearing fashion about alcohol consumption until I stopped drinking. I think it's a very good point, very good thing to talk about. Your partner seems like a good person from the way you talk about them. Yeah, I think that they are. I appreciate them a lot. Holidays are hard with everyone drinking and such. Yeah, absolutely. And that's actually, I was just about to say that is I've been fortunate in my experience that no one asks, at least in my friend group. There's a few people that I don't know very well that when I'm like, oh no, I don't drink, or I quit drinking. There's been a few people that are like, oh, why? It's like, oh, it's just not for me, and that's kind of just where it's dropped. But my friends and the people that I associate with on a daily basis, not a daily basis, but on a semi-routinely basis, they just say, oh, okay, like, good for you, man, and the conversation ends there. Like, it's been pretty neat. Same with weed. Yeah, I imagine that's those like social engineered substances like weed, alcohol, other stuff. If you like to party, but, yeah. That's awesome that your family and everyone has been super supportive. Alcohol something I've been lucky enough to always stay away from. So many family members fall victim to alcoholism. My grandpa died at 59, and my uncle, that was like my brother, died at 48. Yeah, alcohol is very hard to step away from. Yeah, and I think the pedestal that people get on there, Stony, is people see THC as not an addictive substance, but it's still habit forming. Like you can still develop a dependency on the feeling that it gives you, and the pedestal that they get on is like, oh well, THC is not addictive, so I'm not addicted. It's like that's not, you're not saying the same things. Like those people that talk like that, they're not. They're using the words but twisted in a way that benefits them. I'm just gonna go home, lame ass mofos. Yeah, that's people really underestimate my willingness to just go home, go big or go home. I will go home. Thank you. I had a great time. I built an allergy to drugs. Every time I do them, I break out in handcuffs. Yeah, that's a that's an affliction. I would say it's a good thing to not test that allergy. I don't think that's one you want to build a tolerance to. I love being home. It's my favorite place with my weighted blankets and headphones. Yeah, it's one of my favorite places at home is just vibing, like putting my little earbuds in and just vibing around in the backyard or around the house with the dogs. I'm allergic to handcuffs. Is that penicillin? Petercillin? Is that penicillin, or is there a joke that I'm missing? The T and the N aren't very close together, so I might be missing a joke. Ah, I see. Yeah, okay. I get it. Would you be able to write something about the struggles of alcoholism / sobriety after, let's say, like me, 100 days? Yeah, I can do that. We've got another prompt too. We've got Twist of Time from Jill. I do not have a spare. Oh, there we go. Spare notebook to write things down on. I can also. I don't know if you were following the channel at that time when I hit 100 days, Irene, but forgive me if you have been. But I have the poem that my partner wrote for me when I hit 100 days here up on the wall in my office. I can take that down and read it too. It's not so much about the struggle, but it's just about me and my 100 days and how that works. But I will write one too. So we've got struggles of alcoholism and sobriety. And 100 days caveat. Then we have Jill with Twist of Time. Okay. Oh, sweet. Yeah, read that. That would be special. That poem is Depe. That's time 46:13. Wow, this one's pretty long. Almost 19 minutes for this one, Solus. I mean, yeah, 100 days is huge. Two mins for Zibio. Okay, I don't know what that means, Solus. But this is your prompt. Downloading ideas into a child's mind, hoping to see your preferred display of fireworks in the end. I wrote this poem in 18 minutes and 27 seconds. So 18 and a half minutes for Solus Druid. Everything I couldn't do for them, you will do for me. I installed your goals on the hard drive in your brainstem. Run the command. Work on these projects until you're 18. But I didn't plan on your flame, the powder packed inside your gut. I've given you my face and chosen your name. The least you could do is follow my commands with your mouth shut. I wanted so many things. You were my last chance. Now my failure burns against the night sky. With lit fuse, your colors dance, and in my darkness, you've made your own light. That one got a little bit, a little heavy, but I like how that one came out. I like the imagery. Let's see, and that takes us to a handy dandy notebook. Okay, now I'm going to write this prompt so I don't forget. Fuck. This is for Irene, and I believe it's Thompson. Okay. Before I put a time on that one, I will grab this poem off the wall here. So this one is one that my partner wrote, and it's called 100 Days and 100 Nights. A battle unseen, fought and won internally each day, choosing yourself over and over, valuing yourself in all of these new ways, color in your cheeks for entirely new reasons, making it through even your most difficult seasons. Day by day and night by night, you've chosen to give the world a bright, beaming light, a beacon of hope and a voice of love, screaming from mountaintops that you are enough, holding out your hand to all those around you, helping others to their feet as they choose themselves too, supporting endless weight on your shoulders and never complaining, never showing disdain and never shaming. Vulnerable and open, you've given yourself to this completely, showing yourself and the world all these moments of humility. What you've accomplished does not go unnoticed. I feel so much pride to see all your earnest focus. 100 days and 100 nights of achieving this goal on which you've set your sights. Here's to 100s more, and all the poems the mountaintops will hear you roar. Yeah. Thank you, Joe. I like that one a lot. Now, granted, that is specific written about me for about my 100 days, and was gifted to me on my 100th day. So, but the prompt that we have now is the struggles of alcoholism and sobriety closing in on your 100 days. It's a huge milestone. Hey, Indiana boy. Hope you're having a good evening. Let's start this one 51:45. That is a very true statement, Solus. My partner is extremely proud of me and has been very supportive of everything that I have been doing and have been going through, and definitely met me in a state of my life that I was not sober very often, and knows exactly how much it means to me to be able to help people with my experiences. So that's a very rare thing to have. Yeah, I believe you, and it upsets me. Not that I believe you, but that it's true that it's a rare thing anymore. I just found my rock in that way. Oh, we are on to a different prompt. Let me hide this one. And let's see. Here we go. Right, something about stress, alcoholism, sobriety after, let's say, like me, 100 days, just about. Yeah. I assume that you're talking about somebody that is a point of stability in your life, Solus, like your rock, someone that is always consistent. I've been called somebody's rock, and I have self-assigned that role to myself before, so that's what I'm assuming you mean. But yeah, okay. Huh. Jesus, Cody. That's a stance. I hope that was medicine doing the talking there. But Diamond in the Rough. I've written a poem titled that before. After my dad had his stroke, I was with him in ICU, and all he wanted to talk about was going fishing. He was in a state of mind that he had no idea who I was for the first 2 days I was visiting him. And every time he saw me, he would ask me where the fishing poles were and if the boat was ready, and he needed to get ready to go fishing. We don't. He doesn't have a boat. It was all just. It's all just in his head. I couldn't even remember my own name. Yeah, that's my dad. My dad did not know who I was for the first two to through like 3 days of after his stroke, and even after like the after coming out of that, he still didn't. It was like he was talking to me, but he wasn't really sure who I was for a while. I'd say it took probably like four days. The fourth day, he called me Johnny when he saw me, so that was he knew who I was at that point. But those first few days, all he wanted to do was go fishing, and he only started talking about it when he saw my face. So there's something in his brain that connected my face to a fishing trip, but none of it made sense. I did, yeah. Jerry and I, yeah, that was one of the things that encouraged me emotionally to make that step, and like why I have kind of keyed into your story, and it's a selfish interest, but I also am very emotional about that because my dad had a stroke in 2021, and it was a very big thing. Like he's a stroke survivor as well, and it's yeah. I did talk to Jerry about that for probably half the time we were on the call. Oh, Stony, that would suck. That's an emotional roller coaster, especially when you're coming off. Yeah, I'm sorry, my friend. Man, I'm sorry for your loss, Irene. It's gonna be super hard. Yeah, I imagine that's. I would be glad to be off of that stuff too, Stony. Yeah, it's a ton. So they very rarely get better after the first one. That's awesome. That's a very cool like memory to get to hang on to, Irene. That's very awesome. News anchor, anchorman. It was rough. Someone spell it correctly, please. What are we trying to spell? What did I miss here? Having a stroke at 8 years old that would be absolutely horrendous. Holy cow. DJ says news anchor, anchorman. What did I miss? Is that a prompt, DJ? Should I add that to my list? I scrolled up a little bit, but I didn't see any context. So, Ron Burgundy. Yeah. Took me a long time to actually make it all the way through that movie without turning it off. A lot of that movie I just thought was real stupid the first time I watched it. Now I can quote it much more often than I care to. Papa poetry. Oh man. One of the last times I saw her, she was living in my brother's place, and I'd driven up to visit. We're watching scary movies, and she'd fallen asleep. I remember I got bring me a tampon out of my purse. So really, one of my last memories is Mom handing me a tampon watching slasher films. That's awesome. That's a pretty cool, very iconic memory, Irene. I can't imagine wearing a beaver hat in Texas without absolutely having a heat stroke. I have one that I haven't worn in. I haven't worn it in like 3 winters. It just hasn't been cold enough, really. You'll sweat in those things at like 40 below. At least my experience. That's awesome. Holy cow. I have been doing terrible tonight. Another 19-minute. Okay, there we go. Let me scroll up a little bit here. I've never seen a beaver in person, I don't believe. I've seen otters. Spawning 12 coyotes for a comforter on my bed. I used to go fishing on Jenkins Creek near the Gulf. I'm at the Oklahoma-Texas border. I get weird weather. Tornadoes. Jeez. Hopefully your fence came back, or at least didn't keep running away. Otters are savages. Don't let anybody convince you that they're cute and cuddly. They are menaces to society on the ocean. They're very cute and they're very vicious and they are very deviant little creatures. Anyway, this is the poem for Irene Jobson, Struggles of Alcoholism/Sobriety, coming up on 100 days. This one was 19 minutes, a little bit of chatting there in the middle. But first came 1, then you made 30. Still the urges might ask you, just 1? Keep looking in the mirror and repeat, you cannot hurt me. I'm not interested. I am done. Now closing in on triple digits, it would be untrue to say the cravings are gone. When the day's been hard, you might feel the fidgets. Neighbors holding beer while mowing their lawn. It even feels unfair at times, but the pride is yours this day. Even if I have to say it in these rhymes, I'm proud of you. It leaves more to say. The substances still text, cravings blow up your voicemail. I can't wait for you to see what's next, for your journey up this hill. A little lost in the sauce there in the middle of it, but I was dealing with some pretty severe urges and cravings around the 100-day mark, and there was a lot of emotional turmoil around it. It's the longest I've been sober since I was court ordered to be, so by some margin. And hopefully it didn't take away from what you've achieved. I'm very proud of you, and I think you should be proud of yourself too. And we have Twist of Time. Twist of Time for Jill. Start this one. We'll call it 113. Well, I'll call it 114. Man, I cried not that long ago because I was having extreme anxiety. It was probably the hardest since I've quit. Yeah. I can recall the days that I had the biggest urges for me to drink along the way, and it was 24, 62, and 97. Coming up on 100 days was a very big spike of anxiety for me. Just after hitting 60 was another one, and 24 was the closest I've been to drinking since I started, or since I quit in December last year. And that was, I almost didn't make a video that morning, I just was in a bad mood, and then everything would just thought it wasn't worth it. Normally, alcohol would make me feel better, and I just cried instead. I don't think that it made you feel better so much as it made you not feel. And that's just my observation about how it affects me. And one of the hardest parts about quitting was having to deal with my own emotions that I'd been suppressing. So that's been some of the hardest parts, is just being comfortable sitting with those emotions that have been suppressed for so long, because they all come up at once. And for, I don't know, 15 years, every time I had a hard emotion or something that I didn't want to process, I would drink it away. And it doesn't ever get processed that way. It just gets buried. And when you aren't drinking or aren't using, or you're not hiding it under substances, it doesn't get buried. It comes back. You have to process it. I cried a lot in the beginning. It's not an unhealthy way to process at all, Irene. I don't think there's any shame in that. That's awesome. This week mark is hard with my commute. One must not drag someone out of their car. Oh yeah, I know how that goes. All right, twist of time. I found a lot of value in communities such as this. It's awesome, Irene. It means a lot to have a community like this and be cultivating it. And I'm happy that it exists. Makes it all worth it. On this side of the screen, anyway. Oh, wow, okay. You guys' prompts are way up here. Wow, I wrote for a long time. There we go. Bang. Prompt idea. Twist of time. Did you miss your prompt? You might have. I didn't realize you were gone. Did you not hear your reading, Solus? Okay, well, let me finish writing this one, and then I'll read yours again as soon as I get this one written. I don't know why, Jill, but your prompt makes me think of Doctor Who, like twist of time, and I keep thinking like wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, and I don't like. I'm not a very big Who fan, but I was for a little while, and that's just where my brain went with Twist of Time. So this one's going to be kind of goofy. I've started already. I'm sorry. Ooh, the ASMR is not as good when I'm home, though. I hope this isn't too loud. We have, where is it? Black Raspberry LaCroix. The Daleks. The Daleks. You're not Chuck Norris, but you guys seem pretty cool and weird like me. I see. If only John Ashcroft was here, we would be Chuck Norris. I don't trust normies. Ah, all this time I thought this was Chuck Norris writing poems. I'm sorry, Stony. Okay. Gotcha. Well, it's not like a throwback or any subject matter, but it just seems very lighthearted in the way that I'm writing it. So that's just what I was thinking of. It's like that little intro. I did write a poem about Chuck Norris. Because one of the prompts that I got was write a poem about the strength of Chuck Norris. I don't have that notebook with me, or I would read it back. Oh no, we have another Chuck Norris jokes. If you spell Chuck Norris in Scrabble, you win forever. Oh man. Yeah. It started very early on in my sobriety check-ins that John Ashcroft would post a Chuck Norris joke every morning as soon as I posted my good morning, everybody. And it has turned into a pretty awesome thing. I used to try to send one back and comment one back to him every day, but he's got more Chuck Norris jokes than I do. I gotta go to the doctor tomorrow. I'm dreading the shit out of it. One of the doctors has always been a huge anxiety trigger for me as well. Keeping my thoughts, all warm thoughts your way. That might be the best opposite flex I've ever heard. I've lost something here in translation, or I'm just not understanding. All right. Okay, time 1:26. 20. Okay, this one is a 12-minuter. So 12 minutes. Not knowing Chuck Norris jokes is a flex. Ah, I see. Okay, I'm with you now. I mean, there's so many. There are so many and so many that aren't. Like, I'm not going to post in my YouTube comments because a lot of the ones I know I learned as a teenage boy, and they're not very PC or like appropriate, and they're not jokes that I would make now with my world views and my opinions of things. So the ones that I know are not kosher, and I'm not going to go Googling Chuck Norris jokes just to make sure I have something to respond. Like, I think it's very neat that John posts those every day, and if they're coming off a list, that's fine. I like to envision that he just knows them all and is just, these are all my Chuck Norris jokes. Let's see. I only know some from playing WoW. Yeah, that's where I know my Leroy Jenkins joke from. Let's see. Caused my blood pressure to go sky high, and I panic attack the entire time I'm there. I hate it. I should do a telephone visit. Yeah. I don't like being in hospitals or even medical professional facilities at all, Stoney. I feel that a lot. Wish you the best of luck. Just take it easy on the coffee, or I'll cross my fingers, waiting to hear how it goes. Okay, this is Twist of Time, a prompt from Jill, and we wrote this in 12 minutes and 20 seconds. It's a little goofy, so bear with me. If I'd been born before today, the world would not know me, or I would be an infant, unable to say just how lucky I was to be alive so timely. If the clocks were turned forward 80 years of a century, never my name would you have heard. I feel lucky to have met you, and you me. For in this fold of the eternity, a pleasant conversation is the best of company. Winding up this watch until next we meet. In this world or another galaxy, won't you mind the time for me? Thanks, Cody. Lemony Snicket, that's a fun twist of time. I like to imagine it kind of like that Alice in Wonderland vibe. It's like, which way is time going? I don't know. There's many people that I feel like you'll meet in life, and it could have happened so many different ways, but you two happened to meet in that moment. And say it once more, please. Oh no. All right. If I'd been born before today, the world would not know me, for I would be an infant, unable to say just how lucky I was to be alive so timely. If the clocks were turned forward 80 years of a century, never my name would you have heard. I feel lucky to have met you, and you me. For in this fold of the eternity, a pleasant conversation is the best of company, winding up this watch until next we meet, in this world or another galaxy. Won't you mind the time for me? No, no, no. It's Alice in Wonderland now. Oh no. Did you watch Haunting of Hill House? All I can think of with that expression is a King of the Hill joke. So no, I guess not. Almost Benjamin Button vibe-ish. I can see that. The Curious Case. Believe it or not, I do very good when I'm in the psych unit for some reason. Our local hospital has a great psych unit with a great doctor. He's picky about the staff. It's my home away from home. That's if any of the units in the hospital are going to have a kick-ass staff, that's the unit. I hope. Okay, and Solus, you said you didn't hear your prompt poem from before, so I'm going to go back and read that one. This is, oh man, I did a paraphrase writing of it. Downloading into a child's mind, wanting fireworks. We wrote this for Solus Druid, and we wrote it in 18 minutes and 27 seconds. Everything I couldn't do for them, you will do for me. I installed your goals in the hard drive. I installed your goals on the hard drive in your brainstem. Run the command. Work on these projects until you're 18. But I didn't plan on your flame, the powder packed inside your gut. I've given you my face and chosen your name. The least you could do is follow my commands with your mouth shut. I wanted so many things. You were my last chance. Now my failure burns against the night sky. With lit fuse, your colors dance. And in my darkness, you've made your own light. There. Hopefully you heard it that time, Solus. Hope I did it justice. Wonder hand. Went to my first concert a couple of weeks ago. That's awesome. Very cool. I am not a very big concert fan. Live performances are not my jam, but that's super cool. I've been to a few. Young Dubliners, Offspring. Those are some of the bigger ones. I think Offspring is the biggest concert I've ever been to. Okay. Waste of time, we just did. Yeah, of course, Solus. Thank you for the prompt. I really liked that one. It was interesting. I was trying to combine the two. Ouch. Oh, wow. That thing is huge on camera. Wash your face, everybody. Otherwise, you end up with these thinking bumps. Oh, wow. That would be a cool concert, Aaron. It's like straight back to 8th grade, 9th grade. Yeah, our wrestling team's warm up song was "Riot." It's like "Let's start a riot" as we like do laps around the school, banging on lockers and stuff. It was listened to a lot of that. The last concert was Primus. That would be cool too. Let's see. I am at the bottom of my prompts list. Did I miss one that I didn't write down? I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. The last one I have on my list was Twist of Time for Jill. I feel like I did not write one down. Troll Shaman, mostly resto. I respect you, and I'm happy that people like you exist. I could not be a healer in an MMO. People do not follow instructions, and they die for it, and then they make it my fault. I can't heal you if you are on the other side of the wall from me. Resto Druid. I salute you. My problem with WoW is I don't have the same availability time slot wise as a lot of my friend group, so I end up playing the game alone. And I enjoy the game a lot, but playing it solo, I feel like there's just so much that you can't really do, like in the later level, like end game stuff. So I've played a lot of the game, but not very much of like the end game. For some reason, I'm not seeing anything anyone else is saying. I guess I'll leave and come back. Yeah, Stony, you can try refreshing the page. See if that fixes the problem. Yeah, 40-man raids that sounds like cancer. No, thank you. I shouldn't make that joke, actually. It does not sound very fun to me. Yeah. I've leveled pandas, yeah. No, the last MMO that I played a lot of time into was Warframe. And yeah, I don't even really call that an MMO because you're playing basically discount Destiny. Let's see. Let me hide this one. The Alice in Wonderland theme could be a fun poem prompt. That's true. You could do that. Alice in Wonderland is there's so many different parts of that movie that I think could be standalones. Or part of that story. I say movie, but part of that story. All right, let's pop this on screen. Let's do a little Q&A here, see if anybody has any questions about anything, prompt or not prompt, or poetry or not poetry. I can't watch Alice in Wonderland or Willy Wonka because they make me feel like I'm tripping. Yeah, I think there was definitely some substance being used when those stories were written. Oh man, we're going straight back to there. I just got so many chat room flashbacks, Stony. Oh no. I've been with my partner. Let's see. year and a half. 2022. Yeah. It'll be 2 years in a few months. Yeah. 30 MAK. Solus, I don't know what Math Magic Land is. Is that a prompt? Donald Duck in Math Magic Land. Fairly new, yeah, fairly new in the grand scheme of things, but there was yeah, Donald Duck in Math Magic Land. I don't know what that means. I'm trying. It's a movie. Okay. I've never seen The Wall. Sober or under any influence, I've never seen it. Could you write something positive for them? I certainly can. Let's see. Actually, one of the things that we've done a lot for each other over the course of our relationship is write poems to one another, and it's kind of fallen off in the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 months. Sorry for caps. The Wall is like taking acid without taking acid. That that doesn't sound like fun at all. I know I'm putting you on the spot, but I think that would be a nice gesture. No, that's okay. That is the essence of the prompt stream. So let's see. I don't know if I shared it on the channel. Let me see if maybe I can pull it up. It might have been on the Ko-Fi. I wrote one that was inspired by them not that long ago, but I can do another one. Yeah, The Matrix is kind of a weird movie too. Absolutely. I first watched The Wall when I was 5. I'm 43. Dang. tried to sleep once. Yeah, don't do that. That's an experience. Yeah, sleeping sucks. True though, I hate sleeping. I have a very hard time falling asleep most of the time. Hmm. Yeah, I've had moments like that. Not a full 6 hours solace, but definitely like get overwhelmed or overstimulated at a festival and like go lay in the back of my truck, start to fall asleep, and it's not the best time. Yeah. Just get the thoughts off the dome. Yeah. It's a lot of way I write too, so let's gotta give the word somewhere else to go. It helps a lot, makes a big difference. Poems lately, hearing what John is cooking. I would love to hear or read some of your poems, Solus. Absolutely. I'm gonna keep plugging away at it. There's a channel in the Discord that is for poetry workshopping and like sharing and writing poetry together if we want to do that in there. So if you can't make a live stream or want to see poetry outside of the live hours, the Discord's the place to do that. Yeah, it's definitely not very big yet, and some of it is locked behind my Ko-fi just to give me incentive to write for Ko-fi because that is what I'm trying to do. Eventually, when I get to that point, right now I have it mostly for support, and a lot of the Discord is free access. Like you can get in. There's just a couple of channels that are member restricted, linked to Ko-fi, but no, I don't have any Ko-fi members yet. But I figure if I put that there, they'll know that it's an option and go from there. Oh no. Are you gonna get a new battery for your phone, Sony? Is that the plan? I know you said the battery crapped out all the way, but do you have to get a whole new phone, or can you just get a new battery and maybe get back in the game? Okay. I took your idea, Joe, and I wrote one that is a dedication piece. So I hope that I didn't see if you hopped off or said goodnight, and if you're still here, I'll read it now. Oh wow. Yeah, the backbone controller. June 20th, drum clinic. This is cool. So this poem is called "I See You," and I didn't write my timing down, but I think it's about 13 minutes. I remember. We're at 153 now. Yeah, so this is "I See You." I see the early mornings. I see you putting on the mask, the exhaustion grabbing a hold, buried in the borings. Always the one who is giving, the last to ask. I see the scared. I see the love, all the care behind those fears. I know you'll be there when push comes to shove. I see our future past these careers. I'd never hung a picture in my room before, always worried they wouldn't last. Now they're everywhere, and I'm still wanting more. I feel so incredibly lucky to know you behind this mask. To answer your question, so I might be saying it incorrectly. But the more familiar one that people use all the time is Patreon. But Ko-fi is an alternative to Patreon that does not it's more geared towards actually I don't remember. I looked it up once and I'm pretty sure that you can use Ko-fi completely for free. You can opt into giving them more if you want, but Ko-fi is an alternative to Patreon that doesn't take anything from the creators, and it is a way to kind of sync up your content. There's a link to it. It's free to follow. It doesn't cost anything. They make it really confusing, at least on mobile. They give you the join buttons, but the follow button is up above next to my username, and it's completely free. You might have to make an account, but I do post semi-frequently on there. I need to be better about it, but it has my Discord tiers. You can sign up to get a couple of custom poems every month, and if you want to just be supportive, it's $2 for the lowest tier, and you get your own chat room in the Discord. And correct, yeah. So as it is right now, the way I have it opted, 100% of the money goes to the creator. The only thing I lose is the PayPal fees. Ko-fi doesn't take anything out of it. Oh, I don't want people to spend money unless they can. Like it's definitely. I think I even typed it on there. If you would like to show appreciation in financial fashion, all the money that comes in from this facet of my work will be put towards improving my writing space and my materials. Please only do so if you're in a safe position to do it and want to. I have a job. I'm not struggling to keep my lights on. I'll do my best to try and create a community of positivity and safety around sobriety and writing. Like that. That is, only do it if you are in a position to do so and you feel compelled to. I try to offer things as a trade, and that's my whole goal here. Like I guess I haven't plugged my book one time in the stream, and we're coming up on the end of it, so I should probably plug my book. Rise Echoes of Healing and Hope is my passion project. It's a book about my time in substance abuse, my time in therapy, and after the fact, and dealing with the emotional roller coaster that is recovery, and learning to exist with yourself and learning to kind of feel that love and compassion for yourself after being in substance abuse. My book is live on Amazon, and its mission is to help people process those emotions that come with that low spot, and maybe serve as a talking or speaking point for people that have a hard time expressing themselves in those moments. That's my first published book, and my dream is that it gets into as many hands of people that will resonate with it, maybe into centers and serve as a speaking piece or conversation starter. So I'm working on my second book now that's more focused on poetry, collection of like growth and mental health and that kind of stuff. So either I sell your poems, or what's the or, Solus? Yeah, and that's, I don't know. I think that poetry is a very useful tool and can help anyone dealing with substance abuse. So it's kind of my mission to prove it, show it, showcase it. And if I can help a single person, then it's worth it. It'll keep being a hobby until I can make it my life. And that's just how it's going to be. If I could support myself with my writing, I would quit my job tomorrow. But I'm not there yet. I'm still getting started. Bigfoot. Uh-oh. Is he running down the highway? Where'd he go? Oh, I see. He's right down here. Right down there somewhere. But that's going to be it for stream, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your night. Just change your name to Papa. Not yet. I still got to work on those stickers too, but more on that as they surface. So thank you, everybody. I will get the Discord link changed in the channel. So with that, everybody take care. We'll see you in the next one. Should be tomorrow, same time, 9 p.m. EST.